Hello everybody. This is the first video I've made in the new year. So happy new year to everybody. And thank you to all the new subscribers and for your comments as well. You know, I really appreciate hearing from y'all. And it's nice to know that people out there are going through the same things, and we're growing and we're healing. And one of my new subscribers was actually, you know, brought up sorry, I had a lady just walk right out in front of me, but made a comment about, you know, that I should quit referring to my ex as the narcissist, because it's not only giving them power, but it's also putting me in the box of being the victim. And they were absolutely right, you know. So I don't know what terminology to start using, because I need to find a term that I can use. I mean, we probably pretty well already know who we're talking about, but I've noticed that I did do that a lot, and I'm going to stop doing that, because I've overcome so much in this, whatever you want to call this experience, and that is something that is holding me back. It's forming an attachment to that situation that I was in, and I gotta let that go. I mean, even using the words, it's almost like it's locking you into a certain spot in it. So yeah, thank you for that. And if I had a memory with the crap, I would reference you, and I apologize for that. But you know who you are, and by all means, take credit in the comments. And if I was tech savvy enough, I'd put it in there under all this, but you know, I'm just not. This new year for me has started out really well, and I've entered it with a new mindset, you know, of everything is going to be good, and I am the creator of whatever I want to happen this year. And so far with that mentality, I've really been rolling it, you know. I mean, it's only a few days in, but yeah, I mean, it's already better than half of my year was last year. So I'm really excited about this year, and I think that this is going to be a good year for a lot of us. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day. He just come out of a really bad relationship, really hurtful, and kind of did a lot of bad things. Both of them did. But they were able to walk away from it, and he had to have closure. And with people like what we dealt with, most of the time don't get closure. He was able to get closure. But in our conversation, we were talking about the new year, and I told him, you know, 2 years ago, that was my teardown year. That's whenever everything was just stripped away. I lost who I was, I lost the people I loved, and I lost pretty much everything that I had at that time. You know, even my favorite dog died, you know. I mean, everything was just gone except for my children. You know, our family was separated, and then last year, that was my healing year. You know, that's what I call it, my healing year. It took me about a whole year to get to where I am today. And I'm not saying that I'm healed, but the biggest parts of my hurts and the biggest parts of who I was that enabled that activity to be done and allowed, I had to figure them out. And it took me a whole year to even get to where I am now. And I still have a long way to go. I don't think I'll ever be done. And who would want to be done? You know, why wouldn't you want to continue to grow and be the better you that you can be day by day, be a better person? Now, I backslide a lot. You know, a lot of things that I want to do, you know, like learning a different language and different things like that, I'll do for a while, and then, you know, life will happen, and I'll put it off for a while, and I'll try to get back into it. You know, I think those are kind of normal struggles. But at the same time, you know, I've got to be mindful that I've got to keep putting forth the effort to do that. And this year is going to be my rock and roll year. This is going to be where I start my new life on the terms that I want to start it on, with who I am and the way I want it to be. And that's the mindset I have for this year. there are no resolutions. I don't believe in that hogwash. I mean, it's just not worth even doing. But I think for a lot of us, it's just the biggest hurdle we have to do is to get our heads in the mind frame of what needs to be done. And once you can do that, that's half the battle. You know, you have to, like I was saying, this year is going to be my rock and roll year. I still wake up a lot of mornings and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, why do I even care? You know, but I'm not allowing myself to do that as much. I rein it in. I do a lot better than I used to do. And like my relationship things that I've been in, I've noticed it lately. This last relationship I was in, she was a toxic person as well. And she has been trying to love bomb the shit out of me. Even offering to pay me to come stay the night with her just to hold her. And I'm not doing it. I'm not going to allow myself to go back, despite how I feel. And that's one thing I've noticed is about myself with this person is I do still have feelings for that person, but I know that they're not adequate for me to give my life to this person. They're not that good of feelings. They're not that strong of feelings. And the activities that she's doing to me are very troublesome. I don't see anything that's substantial there. It seems like a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of manipulation, you know, a lot of the things that I'm trying to avoid in my life. And that's one thing. I made a video. I don't know if I post. I make videos all the time and I don't always post them because I just find something wrong with them or I just forget. Most I just find something wrong with them. But I just think that I've gotten to the point to where I'm not willing to just settle for anybody. And I think that eventually, if you're struggling right now with loneliness and you're struggling with, you know, being afraid to be in a relationship, just take your time. Just take your time. You have your whole life. You know, that's one thing that I was scared of. And it took me a while to admit that, you know. I was always just this guy growing up, you know, I'm this tough guy, I don't need anybody. I've been alone since I was 5 years old, you know, and I was just pretty much abandoned and had to take a long story. But, until I went to live with my grandparents. But, I don't need anybody, but deep down I did. I wanted that, I craved it, and it took me a while to understand what codependency was. And I got to looking at myself, and I'm like, why am I like this? And I figured out a lot of stuff, and I'm working on it. I've worked on a lot of it. But I just couldn't wrap my head around why I needed to feel like I had to have somebody all the time until I started working on it. And now it's just, I don't know, it's just different. Hang on, I'm watching traffic, sorry. But now I understand my self-worth. I even tell these people, is that you're just not worth my time, you know, because I respect me and love me, and you don't even respect and love yourself. I may not say it out loud, but you know, you have to value yourself. You know, you really do. You have to value yourself more than what they do, because they most of the time don't value themselves. And how can someone value you if they don't value themselves? That's you know, a good question to be asking yourselves. But once you get to figuring out what your issues were and why you feel like you have to have somebody, or like you need to have somebody to make you feel important or make you feel loved, you don't. Let me tell you that right now, you don't. But once you figure out why, you will be happy with just being alone. That's not to say that you don't want a relationship, because I do. I want one, but I'm not going to settle for whatever piece of crap flies my way. You know, we deserve better. We are going to be better, and you know, this is the life that we're choosing. And this is kind of a weird video. I know it's probably not the best, but I wanted to get one out here for 2019. I wanted to bless all y'all and tell you Happy New Year and the best to y'all. I mean, every one of you, man, you deserve it. Get out there and claim your year. It's your year. So, with that being said, you know, God bless you. And again, you know, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you can, because, you know, it makes me feel good knowing that people appreciate what I'm doing and that I'm possibly helping someone, because that is my goal, is to help people, you know. Especially anybody that's going through it and they're just coming out of it. Look at my videos, you'll see, you know, when I first started this out, I was barely keeping it together. But that's all I got for now. Bless y'all. Have a good year, and thank you again for your comments, everybody, and all the new subscribers. Appreciate you.